These pilots are inflating their beams now, and they were told that they can launch once they see the first competitor over the cornfield. So it's kind of hard to tell the wind direction. If you want to wet your finger and hold it up over your head, you kind of get a feel where they're coming from. And the wind might be different up by you than down here in this little gully that we're in. So the idea is these pilots, these are the shaped balloons, and they will be inflating and kind of just showing off a little bit. And then they will launch and kind of leave just ahead of the competitors coming in. The competitors have to choose their own launch site. When you're competing, the big part of hitting the targets is getting the right angle from where you launch. So it might be that half of them pick one spot, one angle, and half pick a different angle. It could be they scatter because they all think differently about what the winds are going to be at 100 and 500 and 1,000 feet. It could be slightly different, and you can steer differently. You go up in a balloon to steer one direction, and if you get a different direction lower, you vent your balloon and come back down. There's that, you now know everything about steering a balloon up and down, catching slightly different angled winds. So we'll be watching for them to come in on the field, and they've got a couple baggies they're going to drop. Like little beanbags, 3-ounce beanbags they're going to drop onto the targets. One target is an X, a big 30-foot fabric X on the ground, and the other is a huge triangle you can see on the system there. You won't see it for very long once the balloons get up. They kind of be hidden for a bit, but once they'll get out of the way pretty much before the competitors come in with their beanbags. So they're going to want to get one inside the triangle and one as close to the center of the X as possible. And they'll be scored, for example, if only one person gets their bag in the center of the X exactly, 1,000 points. And they will measure proportionately from there, the second place, third place, fourth place, and they get scaled less points the farther away they are from the middle of the X. They have been forbidden from dropping their baggies into the sunflower field or the cornfield because it will be very difficult to find their baggie, and it will cost them $20 because we won't find it. So they won't do that. They're going to try to hit those targets. They have permission, with the way our waiver works with the FAA, to come right down on the field. So some people might be 1 foot off the ground when they drop their baggies, and some might be 300 feet above the ground. It's just their decision on the angle that they're coming in with the winds that they have. So we welcome you to come on down closer to the fence line and see them close up if you'd like. And everybody's kind of starting to get ready for cold inflation. The target competition field stays open until 9 a.m. If the scoring officials that are out there will be watching each pilot coming in, checking them off. If for some reason every competitive pilot would get here before 9 o'clock, they would just kind of fold up the big fabric X, making it clear that the competition is complete. And then they have to measure to the centimeter every beanbag to the center of the X, and then I didn't understand exactly where I think if you get in that great big triangle, the closer to the point you get might be better. But it has to do with where you get inside that triangle to impact your total score as well. So that's what the competition's about. Now there's other parts of the competition where they're supposed to hit a certain latitude and a certain longitude as close to it as they can. It's just a spot in the sky. It doesn't matter if they're at 50 feet or 500 feet. If they get to that spot, they're going to press a button on either their phone or a device has an app on it that marks that they hit that. That's like dropping a baggie without dropping a baggie. It's a digital drop, they call it, a digital drop. And that will be tracked in the computer system for scoring as well. Each of them has a unique ID for their competition number, and so when they press, if they're pilot number 13 and they press that button at that moment, they drop the bag. So, and it's almost like a laser shooting to the ground, where you press that button, it instantly marks you at that latitude and that longitude. So they're kind of high tech. These guys are carrying equipment that can tell them exactly their distance off from the ground. AGL above the ground level. And they also know the latitude and longitude by looking at it. And it will also let them know to what speed they're ascending, going up, or descending, coming down. Because if you're at 2,000 feet, it's kind of hard to know if you're slowly coming down or if you're slowly going up. You have no perception of anything around you except another hot air balloon. And they might be going up and down too. So it will actually let them know. And if they would be dropping a little too fast, if there's an alarm that will say, hey, you're dropping at 60 feet per second, that wouldn't be good. You're dropping at 10 feet per second, that's not bad. And the same thing in going up. It will let them know the speed with which they are going up. So they're all pretty high tech. Many of them are carrying laptops or tablets with a map of this area too. And so that it moves on their laptop with them as they're flying. They have a map of the entire city, all fishers and everything. So we're going to kind of watch for them to be flying in. And if you all see them start pointing them, you might see them before me because you're on the hilltop. But in the meantime, we've got a bunch of great pilots getting ready to inflate all these different balloons on the field. We'll talk about them as they fly out. Hey, we have our first balloon upright in the middle of the field. At least from where I'm standing, I can't see if there's other ones upright already. Specifically for it and its size. And when you look at the balloon, you see all those lines going up the side from the bottom to the top. Each section of that fabric from the top of the balloon all the way down to the bottom of the balloon is called a gore. so that rope coming down with people who could be skating across the ground if it was wet enough is the crown line. And the crown line's there to kind of help just manage that balloon getting upright. Hey, Boo and Rematch, you guys are upright. Give a round of applause. They're a lot happier than last night. We didn't get to do this very well last night with all the wins we had. Our middle balloon there is called Terry Lynn, flown by Brad Chisholm. And we've got Boo up here in the corner with Jack Sumler. And of course we've got the mighty Remax balloon there in the middle. Jeff Menchoff is flying the Remax balloon. The big smiley face sticking out this morning back there is called Joyful Ascent. And that balloon will be flown by Tony Sandler, pilot Tony Sandler. Every balloon pilot has a chase vehicle, a chase crew that are here to follow them on their path of flight. So many of the competitors who are going to be flying in on the target, virtually people might show up here for a brief time. It's allowed that the chase vehicle could send up a flyby, which is a small helium balloon, and they could give them the air release, the directional release at the ground, is slightly above the tree lines, to help guide them in. They have radio contact with their crews, and it's critical that they work with them for landing, because you always have to get landowner permission before you land at, let's say, in someone's big backyard with no power lines nearby. You have to get landowner permission. If you were living in the area and you had a big open area for accidents, no power lines restricting it. Power lines is an enemy to hot air balloons. You could put a sheet out, an old sheet, sprawl out in the corner of your yard. They'd see that from afar and they would know, I don't really have permission to land here if I want to. If that angle is right and I can get there, then I have permission. But most of the time, though, they'll just go knock on the door and maybe wake you up right now and say, hey, would you mind if we land a hot air balloon in your backyard? Just waking up, ready to show the truck off to you is Princess Nellie, a royal outfit flown by Peter Van Vogelwald. Good morning again, folks. If you're just arriving, I apologize to those who've been here. I'm going to be redundant because many people didn't hear what I said before. We have a two-part flight going on this morning. These are our Fiesta pilots. Fiesta pilots are here as not part of the competition. They're here to help put on a show. So they're inflating some of our shape balloons and some of our bigger ride-style things and from the field. Their instructions were, when they see the first competitive pilot, there's about 38 or 40 competitive pilots going to be flying in to this field to drop badges on the targets. When they see them coming over the cornfield, that is their trigger that they are allowed to launch. And so they'll mostly be getting out of our way, I think, so you can see the targets that are out in the middle of the field. There's a great big triangle and a big 30-foot fabric X. The pilots have two badges to drop onto this field. a little 3-ounce baggy beanbag with a 3-foot tail on it. So if they drop from a couple hundred feet, you'll be able to see it dropping. But they have the ability and permission, because they have a waiver with the FAA, that they can land, they can fly very close to the ground. If they have the control, they can literally be 1 foot over the target and just drop the beanbag. Maybe their angle's a little off and they're going to get 100 feet, they might blow it or spin it by the tail, let go, and try to get as much propulsion as they can out of 3 ounces of beanbag to try to make it into the target and have that fringe. So that's and then they will continue to fly. Don't think they will land at this field. That's not. When you're in the competition, you can see how they compare the field from landing. Unless you need to for some reason. So they'll be flying back out again. And then they will find their own landing positions and get landed over to the feedback. So these folks will be launching out once we start seeing some pilots get over the perimeter here by the cornfield. Propane tanks and fancy burners that can put millions of BTU of heat into a balloon. It started with a bonfire next to a paper and fabric balloon invented by the concept by 2 brothers, the Montgolfier brothers in France. And they kept working on this idea with very small balloons, and they would put the fire, the smoke, from the fire, they would channel it over into a balloon next to the fire to make it very hot. And they really didn't know at first if it was the smoke, the balloon from this, or if it was the heat. And this happened back in 1783. Our country was born in 1776, so the concept of time was after 1776. So that first flight that they actually made a big enough balloon to lift off the ground did not carry the people. They were afraid that maybe we can't breathe up high in the sky. We didn't know how good it was going to be. No flight at any time. There were no airplanes yet, right? Nothing. So they decided to send up a young rooster, a sheep, and a dove. Why a rooster, a sheep, and a dove? Well, they're really no confident the dove will be flying. These 2 ducks fly high in the sky all the time. But a rooster will spend most of their time on the ground, very close to the ground, maybe on the tree. They're in a flight. The sheep has the anatomical lungs of a monkey that were very similar. And so they said we could actually take it, and then we would put we as humans. And they flew. Now they can only put the people from the ground and then they launched. It got cooler and cooler. It just landed again. So the flight lasted a whopping 15 minutes. Now that balloon was made partly was filled partly with hot air, smoke, from in the lower country. And a lot of other fuels that were separated that was full of light and air gas. So the balloon was trying to like we think it was nitrogen, which is kind of flammable. It's kind of a risky thing to have fire, fire with smoke fire being contained we're very happy. And so within that conference, one to one, 1783, we had the first manned launch of a hot air balloon. It was the French pilot Rozier and Yolande. They launched from Paris to a hot air balloon. It came on hot material. And there was a defendant either Montgomery as well. They transferred the player into the balloon through the apron of the balloon. It goes on ahead. You can't have a platform. You don't have a basketball. You get a platform. And they sat on that platform. They pressed strong to keep the player going once they're in the air. And they did fly up to 500 feet off the ground. And they traveled about 5.5 miles. And it was about a 25-minute flight. And they did land safely. The flight was witnessed by the King of England, Louis XVI, and by someone else that most elements in America go by name. He was one of the patriots of the United States that invented many, many things. He had a pipe, and he kind of figured out stuff about electricity. He figured out how to talk about that. This was in his elder years in 1709. He was the U.S. ambassador to France, living in France at that time. And that was our old Benjamin Franklin. He was in his Prairie. I read this in his autobiography, and he described this flight and how magnificent it was. But he was quick to get out of his carriage. He was that elderly and not well. And, but he spoke magnificently of this first flight in late 1798. But legends say that first plane landed in Congress was many pilots being bottles of champagne to the startled farmers and peasants to call them because they thought there was demons coming. A demon was coming in to attack them. And so today, if you would hire one of these pilots to fly, it would be very common that they would pack up in a bottle of champagne or something, non-alcoholic juice perhaps, and tell you the story of the Montgomery brothers and the first police flight. Back of the field now, we have Black Cherry, the pilot Dennis Sutter upright as well. You always start making it bloom by using a gas-powered fan, and it's blowing the envelope full of cold air. And once you start to see that balloon lifting it all off the ground, it means a pretty heat in here. And going upright right now is the crown line going up like Prairie, Skittles. Owned by pilot Joe Berger. The crown line is important to know that launch to control that balloon is going upright so that if you just let it go upright, it would kind of keep going and this momentum would kind of make it flop in the other direction towards the vehicle that is tethered to. All these balloons are currently tethered to their vehicles, and it's just at the moment of launch that the pilot will release that rope. In the meantime, this would be a gust of wind or something that's totally tethered to the ground. So at this point, we're just watching for the first balloons to be coming in. And if you're wondering what direction, wet your finger, hold it in the air, because every time your finger's cold, that's probably going to be coming from. Every pilot gets to pick his own launch site. It's really important that you get the right angle to come in on the targets. And every pilot can have their own independent opinion on if they should launch from one location, or perhaps they should go over 2 more blocks, maybe more to the south than they were originally, and launch from there. And I've seen pilots right now, just like these are, and they're getting ready to launch, and they realize some of the guys in the sky are blowing, it's different than what we predicted. And they will deflate, push the balloon down to the basket, and zoom out a couple of miles, and reinflate the launch from there. So this competition has a lot of money behind it too. They're competing for dollars, not just for the status of winning the Jupiter Hot Air Balloon Festival event, but it's cash. There's cash up to the win now. I would assume from the top 10 or top 15 pilots. We have a big field of 50 total pilots. These are our Fiesta pilots, we're here. We're not here to compete. We're here to have fun and show off for y'all. Another interesting little thing about hot air balloons, it's just like the automobile industry. There are many manufacturers of hot air balloons, and there are many shapes and sizes of balloons. If you're looking at shape or not shape. All right, based on the wind angles, I heard that the Fiesta pilots here are getting ready to launch. Get ready with the game. They're not going to wait for the first ones to come in. They want to get 100% out of the way before the competitive pilots come in on the field. So perhaps we'll get a little bit of a mass launch here. Might be fun video as close to that as a photo shoot of a still picture. The video might be pretty cool. So you can see these balloons in the front, like a beautiful Princess Nelly and Boo. They are shaped balloons. Hey, I see the basket. Jack Sedler's off the ground. Boo is the first in the air. Give him a round of applause. Shaped balloons have what we call appendages. It's the part on the outside of the formation shape of the balloon, but the crown on Nelly is the front. It moves out. That first balloon up is our balloon meister. The balloon meister, Jack Sedler, is the man who organized this hot air balloon event. Give him another round of applause. He brought all the rest of us here. Every one of us is here because he decided we should be here. He is the primary liaison to the town of Prairie and all of the balloonists in making this entire weekend happen. They work on it. They'll start working 2 weeks from now for next year already. And Busby's in the air with Paul Burrows as pilot. Hey, we're going to start that mass launch now. Park Dion, Mark Woodward's in the air. Give them both a round of applause. Here goes Remax. Jeff Menchoff is right behind him. Oh, we're going to go up. Here's the mass launch, folks. Remax is showing off how you can put vents in your balloon. It's an extra feature, and you can spin in a circle. You can rotate by opening the vents. It doesn't make you turn right or left, but it gives you the ability to put your logo wherever you want the guests on the ground to see it. got Cherry in the air in the back. The beautiful colors with teal and purple and pink and yellow and lime green is Jabberwocky. Callahan and Barnell, this is Jabberwocky.
So climb aboard, we'll search for tomorrow on every shore, and I'll try, oh Lord, I'll try to carry on. Reflections in the waves spark my memory. Some happy, some sad. I think of childhood friends and the dreams we had. We lived happily forever, so the story goes. But somehow we missed out on the pot of gold. But we'll try best that we can to carry on. Gathering of angels appeared above my head. They sang to me this song of hope, and this is what they said. They said, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, babe. Come sail away, come sail away,
Change that elevation the way you want. You can see American football out there kind of changing elevations. All these balloons coming in right now are racers. They can go up and drop quicker because they're not as big in diameter. They don't fly faster than another balloon, but they're called racers because they can elevate, they can ascend and descend with much quicker response by putting the ground. Leader of the pack showing how to get it done. One baddie has to be inside the triangle and the other closest to the center of the axis property. Red baddie inside the triangle. Now through the center of the axe. At the corner of the axe. Give him a round of applause. Right behind, here comes Bolt. And James Cusick. So a traditional shape we call a fat balloon, and it's that bigger round shape. These first four guys in have all a racer, and it's just that different shape that they get. These balloons are typically a little bit smaller too. Again, if you have 100,000 cubic foot balloon, like perhaps I would say that Princess Nelly was about 100,000 cubic feet, 105,000. That's how you measure the size. Most of these guys are between 67 and 77,000 cubic feet. to 2,000 cubic feet. Think of that as a basketball fits in a cubic foot. So you could put between 67,000 and 72,000 basketballs inside these first four balloons. And with that balloon, 100,000 or more. The bigger the balloon, the more stuff you can lift. Let's watch his next to approach. Watching that baggie with the tail on it. Bolt coming in with American football right behind him. Bolt is playing by the Institute of American Football, Henry Rosenbaum. Right behind them is Corn Nuts with Travis Garfield. If he's coming down, he's getting, from his perspective, a slight left turn at the deck here. Right at the point of that triangle. Center yes, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause. Bolt. James Cusick in the air. Congratulations. Here comes the track line, and we've got a lot of guys coming in quick now. Again, American football coming in right behind the Corn Nuts, and right behind the Fast Materials, pilot Sean Rea. Watch for those baggies coming in. Good baggie out. The closer to the play he gets, the more points they get. Inside the triangle. Inside the triangle, at the point, is the perfect score. Inside the white fabric. If your baggie touches the fabric, it's out. Travis Garfield coming in at Corn Nuts. Yes. I'm just looking for that's Moonshine with Meredith Bennett coming in right now. We got to be kind of piling over each other coming in few minutes. We have a total of 40 high-level competitors coming in, and about 10 pilots flew up this morning. If you just arrived, maybe you saw some of the last results, Princess Nelly. She raised coming in slightly off to the right. We come back in yellow. Green. Prairie is coming in off to the way a little bit, Spencer Copeland's line. Raise a show in with Dad, Jerry Copus. We got Spencer Copus and Jimmy Ray's son, and Jerry right behind him. He is show in. Applause, folks. That's a lot of pushback. And Jerry Copus with sew in is pretty darn close to sew in. If you see continuous clutch, there's nothing wrong with that. They're pushing coming up this. So you got to come in as it goes back and get it forward. Look at sunrise, Robin. Top of the tunnel. Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. And the top of the to the field. He can come as close as he wants and just can't touch the ground. Not much of a throw at the toss. People and he drops it on the center edge. Give a round of applause. Previous #1 winner of Gun Guns National Championships a couple years ago. Dan Leatherman. Coming in from up high, all right. That's Street Racer that just shot out of here. Chris Smart. That's an air breather down here at the final level. Noblesville trying to get that left turn. For him, it's the left turn. Ross is in the right turn. He's just going to work it as long as he has to get over to that point of the triangle. The closer your right hand is to the point of the triangle, the better you score. But you score anywhere inside that triangle. And you need a great score, as both of those are separate times. The pass is totally separate. Patience. He's blue. Very Whitby coming in right behind him here. Today we'll call mesmerized patience. Excellent score. Excellent. Give a round of applause for his patience, folks. Here comes Gary, Deja Blue. Folks, how winds can shift when some of our other folks came in at the same track and all of a sudden they're getting winds turned in a slightly unhappy direction. We have Black Sail coming in, Jordan Cox. A little bit more patience. Watch up above Phoenix. Gregory Miller. We drop it a little bit more distance. First bag is out of the basket. Red bag first. Yellow's coming out next. And yellow baggy out. All right, give him a round of applause from up above. Phoenix, Gregory Miller. Crossman coming right in. Pilot San Road coming in right next to Black Sails. Red baggy out. Black Sails got red baggy. Outside the target space. Clarify the competition for you folks again. There are two tasks on the field, two things are trying to accomplish. One is they got to get the red bag inside the triangle, the closest to the point they can without it being on the fabric of the white fabric that makes the triangle. The second target, right next to it, is a big letter X. It's a 30-foot long fabric X. On the ground, and they want to get the bag as close to the center of the X as possible. They will measure from the point of the triangle to their bag inside the triangle, and they will measure from the center of the X to the closest point of the beam. It's 5 centimeters. Is that close? So it's a very delicate measurement project when you have 9 or 10 baggies stacked literally on top of each other. This is Michael Updraft working really hard to come out of the sunflowers with updraft. He's getting that left turn that he needed right at the deck. Gonna need some more patience to get there. He's got lots of time, folks. The target field is open for pilots to come in until 9 a.m. You can take 45 minutes to get over there if you want. Just can't touch the ground, you're disqualified. Up high in the sky with the white diamonds on blue is Gloria. Won by Paul Dale. He keeps flying a race, he'll probably come down to the deck pretty quick. He's going to have to get that left turn as well. Here it is, yellow baggy down. Bam! On the right of the X. Give her a round of applause. Updraft. Right on it.
There's a lot of age that goes into having a fire.
So Gloria is coming in the same angle that we just saw on the updraft. Gotta get that last turn at the back. Feet off the ground, coming in on the target still. Gloria. Right behind Gloria. Gonna drop him off at the same time. Might be having a little kiss. Oh, coming in good. Back from the ball, batty ball right at the point of the diamond. Here comes the X. Nails it. Give a round of applause and a baggie from the ball. So Red Hot's coming in, not really red hot, but he's coming in. He's going to get ready to get that same left hook. Right behind it, Ivo. Red Hot's pulled by Gary Cass. And Ivo by Just Pilot, Justin Cox.
another one right there, Aiden.
Watch your step.
Red Hat's coming in red hot now. Red. Oh, he's inside the line. Here comes yellow. On the fabric on the X. Gary Cash with Red Hot. Give him another round of applause. We got a little gap here. Not really. Here comes Ilo. Justin Cox coming in. Gonna get that same left turn. He's hoping for it. Things can change. What a happy blue monster. He's happy right now because he's finally getting that track. It's going to be a little slow. He's getting a little bit more to the east than he wants to. Oh, first spin got tied up in a rope. Second attempt. Oh, great draw. It looks like it's on the roll, on the fabric. That's definitely measurable on the X. Give a round of applause, our big monster competitor, Ilo Justin Cox. Folks, we have a slight spare moments here on the field, but the next competitor still coming right in on the target. hot air balloon. They can name it whatever you want, right? I often call these big boy toys. Because, I hope you have a few lady pilots here, but the majority of them they're big girl toys too. But as a big boy toy, you need this one could have been a boat. Could have been a boat. Coming in next. All right, Michael Grimes gets closer in here. He's going to angle it so you get that slight left turn at the end, hopefully. With his cool name balloon, put up a boat. So folks, how this competition works for the entire weekend is a accumulation of all points and all competition. Now we wanted to have a competitive flight out of this field last night, but the winds were way too strong. Now we hope that this is the one we'll have the rest of the weekend. He's coming in down fast now. That's what racers can do. You sometimes kind of shoot up a little bit to get a little bit different wind, and now he can vent fast and come down onto the field real quicker. Even though he's coming down pretty quick, it won't take too many breaks to level him up. He's going to be dropping fast as he passes over the target. Let's watch. Right back, he shot out of it. Excellent target. And yellow on the air, coming in. On the leg and rest. as he shoots out of the field. Give him a round of applause, folks. Good about boat. Michael O'Brien. Coming in next is Old Pat. Steve Mitchell is pilot out of Chagrin, Ohio. This balloon used to be a logo balloon for the Michigan Caterpillar Company. It was a Michigan Tech balloon for a number of years. And Steve Mitchell bought that balloon from his friend who had it when they switched to a different balloon, and he renamed it Old Pat. Another highly competitive pilot. You see that Spartan on there. I'm sure everybody in Ohio and Indiana loves to see the Michigan Spartan flying in their state. But that's where he graduated from, all right? He cut him some slack. He's originally from Battle Creek, Michigan, living in Ohio now. But so, he gave up a little bit of that when he moved to Ohio. He's only going to get that left hook if he comes down in here. So, for example, I want to tell you about the scoring. So, the person who got the perfect score on that X would get 1,000 points. And it's going to be centimeters apart from one to the next. They'll have to probably dissect the stack and keep track of every pilot's competitive number is written on their badge. And then they will measure from the tip of that triangle out. The closer to the tip of the triangle, the closer person gets another 1,000 points. And we'll do the same thing tomorrow. It might be a different series of targets on the field than this, but they'll have multiple paths on the field, so we hope to do this thing tomorrow morning. Now tonight, we plan to have a kind of a show with inflating balloons. We're going to pilot meet and greet at the top of the hill, and we're going to be doing some inflations here on the field to launch out. Actually, the hope is all of the pilots, almost all of them, will fly out. Some will stay behind to get ready for the balloon wall. And we have 50 pilots here, so it's a very large event compared to many across the Midwest. A more common size balloon festival would be 25 or 20 or maybe 30 balloons. So this is a premier event to come to. We've done it that 50 invited from all across the nation and from Brussels as well. So tonight what we do is a hound and hare, a different kind of competition. Since we want to do a mass launch for the benefit of you all at Prairie, we are going to have one pilot. We call it a hound and hare competition. Every pilot is a hound chasing the hare, the rabbit, right? So the rabbit will take off first with a target in their basket, and they will fly and get into different rings and try to get a deep and find a spot to land, and they will land and lay their X out and then move their basket to the side. That will be the target. We don't know where that target's going to be until that pilot decides. And all the other pilots have to wait 5 minutes before they can launch after the hare is left the field. And then they get the score of that target. So the target team has to chase the hound, chase the hare as well. And that's what we hope to do tonight. And they'll have the score on that target to add to that. She's going to hug the ground but not touch it. Old Pat coming in. He showed us how to get that left turn, didn't he? Yellow baggie just dropped onto the center of the X. They've got to get that little one out there. Give him a round of applause. Old Pat pilot Steve Mitchell. Okay, there's got to be I'm a University of Michigan guy, sorry, until I graduated, so I usually say go blue. But today I'll say go green, and Steve saying go white. Now, there's a few pilots I haven't seen come in, so I'm not in any kind of radio contact with anybody to know what's going on. We're going to keep an eye working with the audience. There's still a few basketball that we didn't be a pilot of expected to see, and they have the ability to react to video before 9 o'clock. This is a quick back, though. The conference people can still see in their work. So it's going to be sharp. So again, for tonight's activities, keep an eye on the winds. If you're not here tonight, the deal is kind of nearby. Just keep track of the winds. And if you know kind of where the field is, and you know the wind direction, you can see it flying out. So, we never guarantee that the wind direction right now will be the same direction this evening. It would be relatively similar. I'd actually mention that in 2 days, we were flying in the exact opposite direction. From morning 1 to night 2, it was 100 degrees east. It went from a high pressure to a low pressure, and it spit out around the other. And it just went school. I put on a balloon festival in Prairie, Michigan, called Balloons Over the Very End, every Memorial Weekend. My name is Jim Engel. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Bavarian Inn in Frankenmuth. We're a little Bavarian town, just north of Detroit, about 90 miles. And so I started learning about ballooning with some of these pilots here 18 years ago. We started putting on our balloon festival. And since none of the pilots wanted to announce, it was wow. And I'm not a pilot. That's why they got me here. I announced at my own event, and they said, you can come on down and help us out. So we love to talk about the sport. This is a competitive sport. There are regional balloon events. There are national balloon events. The largest hot air balloon festival in the country, Albuquerque, New Mexico, coming up not too far down the road, has 500 to 700 balloons over the entire week. But it's not uncommon to have 400 to 500 balloons launching simultaneously in waves every morning. And we do in the region too. It get a little hot down there, but they try to get 2 flights in a day. But then there are even world championships. At World High Air Balloon Championships, only 3 U.S. pilots will qualify to compete. And multiple pilots at this event have competed at Worlds before. We have some highly competitive folks here this weekend. So the storm will begin. We're going to keep our eyes open just a little longer. If they launched out there, we probably wouldn't think you're quick enough if you don't see them in the next few minutes. We're going to hang out Justin. This evening, in case any of you folks have tickets for this evening, we'll be starting when it comes to the beginning. We arrive at the Disney Center. We have a tent out in the woods at that corner behind the field there. And that's where we all gather. We'll be having a weather briefing, safety briefing, and the first band is coming back that we're doing out and doing a exceptional jazz band. They'll be playing starting at 6 o'clock. After they play a set of music, then we'll be I'll talk about that.
Casey, come on. Casey. Casey.
Where are you going? It wouldn't hurt if you stopped dropping yourself. This is ridiculous.
hope I didn't get here or having that either yesterday or today at the gas balloon championship. That's hot power and gas. We're going to be launching out countryside in Prairie area. And their competitions when they do it is typically going 1,000 or 1,500. So right, they'll fly 24 to 36 to 48 hours because with right in the air gas, they don't need to use any cushion. There is no plane involved with that flight. Different shape for them in each flight and a whole different kind of competition. But all of those things are available, and you can also look for gas balloon competition on YouTube. They often are broadcasting live about the track of where those balloons are in the room as after they launch. And those pilots will stay in that basket day and night, pitch it dark at night, and continue to fly. It's a good pilot might fly any possible flight package along. They're sitting in the fresh air off the run. Based on the fact that it's 8:45 hits, I'm pretty confident that this is the official end of the competition. If a pilot would still decide to fly in, they're probably not going to make it by 9 o'clock to be scored, but you're welcome to sit and relax in the morning sun, continue to get a cup of coffee if you didn't do that already from the Ohana folks over here, and watch this. It's kind of interesting. If you took a balloon flight and you landed with a pilot, you can now watch Idaho and see how different the Prairie, the balloon at the end. It's pretty interesting. The monoline is taken back out, the pole, the balloon nice and tight. They turned the parachute out of the top of the balloon, and now they're venting it. Totally dropped the air. Prairie is squeezed the balloon, all of it out of the balloon, so it's just a big long ribbon running on the ground. And it's pretty amazing to watch how you pack that great big balloon into a little bag. That they tie all tight, nice and tight, and put on the back of their vehicle to go home for the next flight. So a lot of these guys, when they pack up their bags to the balloons you see here, that bag would weigh anywhere between 180 pounds and 400 pounds, depending on the size of the balloon. So bigger balloon, bigger crew, more people to lift and tug and help pull out that balloon and inflate it again the next time around. So. But it's kind of fun to watch. If you want to head down to that end of the field, it's still part of the experience of ballooning is pack up the balloon. That's why a pilot likes to get a crew. Not because they can be one of you alone all